These presets can be used in so many different ways. You can use them as transitions, effects to add motion to those long clips that are just a little too boring. And you can also add them to rotoscoped out clips in the background to have an effect like that. I'm sure you guys can think of a lot more ways to use them, but that's how I've been using them so far. I'm not gonna hold you. It's pretty easy to use. So let me show you how to do that. So about that time, you like the video, we hop into After Effects and I show you how to do the effects and transitions. Let's go. So here in After Effects, there are 3 separate categories we're gonna be going into and how to use these presets. The first one being transitions. The transition is here are 2 separate clips. And then when we add the presets on, we can use them as a transition like this. The next way we're gonna be using them is as an effect. Basically, when a clip is like a little too long and it's just boring, you can add a little bit of energy and motion and a little bit of that warpness to it, make it a little bit more interesting without having to cut to a different clip or adding on another effect. And the last way we're gonna be using these presets is as a roto. So in the background, there's gonna be something going on while the subject's rotoscoped out. So now that you know what we're getting into, if you wanna go ahead and snag the motion warp presets that are available right now, I just released them. And if you use code MINIONS at checkout, it's gonna get you $10 off for the first 48 hours of watching this video. And if you're watching it a little bit later, I still got you guys. Use code MINIONS, still the same checkout, but it's gonna be $5 off instead. Let's go through and break down how to use this as a transition. All you need is 2 separate clips. You can see here is our cut between the 2 clips. And after you imported the motion warp preset pack, all you have to do is right click down here, go to new, add an adjustment layer. Then all you have to do is drag on one of those motion warp presets. There are 17 of them, so I'm gonna try to show a variety of them in this video. That way you can get a feel for what's in the pack. Every single preset in here is something that I would use personally. I think is super fire. With that being said, let's go ahead and use zoom twist. So when you drag that onto the adjustment layer and then press U to open up the keyframes, all you have to do is now drag your adjustment layer. That way the middle set of the keyframes is directly lined up with the split of the clip. And then I always just go ahead and split the adjustment layer at the beginning and at the end by holding Control Shift and D and then just clicking delete on the beginning and the end. And then just like that, once you've given it a second to render, you got a transition just like that. And then you can go ahead and experiment with any of the presets. Let's go ahead and use slide left. That one's super clean. Drag on flow spiral. This one's super hard. Like I said, there are 17 different presets, so just experiment with which ones you like. But that is transitions. Now, effects is probably the easiest one because you don't have to transition between a clip. You just literally drag it on above a long clip, and then it sauces up your video and adds that motion warp effect to it. So again, for effects, right click down here, add an adjustment layer, and then go ahead and I'm gonna drag on spiral that sauce because this one really is that sauce. This one's so hard. By far my favorite preset in the whole entire pack. I just think it's the most clean, looks the best. We're gonna tap U to see our keyframes. And since this isn't transitioning between 2 clips, keep in mind that you don't have to have the middle keyframes line up over a cut. You can just have it wherever you want play in the video. So for example, you get this, it just has a nice spin. I think that's super hard. I really like the way that one looks. When this video gets to 1,500 likes, I'm gonna be sending out a free pack to whoever drops the funniest comment on my most recent Instagram post. So go over to my Instagram, follow me, drop a joke on my most recent post. Whoever has the most funny one I think is the most funny, I'm gonna be sending this motion warp pack to them for free. So smash the like button and go over to my Instagram. Let's go ahead and add on 2 more effect ones just so you can see what's going on. Let's go ahead and drag on Whip It Real Good. I like this one because it starts flipped this way and then it actually goes through and flips the video horizontally. I think it's really hard. It just adds a little bit more dynamic to the video, as you can see here. Super tough. Then let's drag on something just a little bit less flashy, maybe something like Whip Up. This is really good for just like a beat hit or just something really quick as an effect. So that's how I'd use these as an effect. And the last one we're gonna be going over is rotoscoping. And I think this one could be potentially the hardest one. I think there's a lot of potential you guys could come up with this one as well. So again, here is the default clip just playing of Yeet. And then this is kind of what I came up with. I did 2 presets in this one, the quick whip down and then the slide right. And together, I think it looks super hard. All you have to do to have this prepared now is obviously rotoscope out your subject. So like I said, I already did that. Here's Yeet rotoscoped out and then add back in your background layer. And then in between those 2 layers, just go ahead and add adjustment layers with the presets applied on top of them. So for example, let's keep this whip down one, but in the second clip, let's go ahead and add like do a barrel roll and you can see how that looks. That's crazy. The rotoscope ones, I personally like the slide ones more and like the whip ones. I think they just look the cleanest. Obviously, my most popular tutorial is something kind of similar. It's kind of like the slide left, but I obviously sauced it up a lot more since then. I've progressed, you guys have progressed, and I think this looks crazy. But yeah, if you wanted to replicate any of the effects, transitions, or rotoscope effects that I just showed you, be sure to go snag the motion warp preset pack. I'll have it linked down below. It's gonna be the first link in the description. And when you check out, be sure to use code MINIONS because for the first 48 hours, it's gonna get you $10 off. And then anytime after that, it's still gonna get you $5 off. I try to hook up the YouTube gang as much as possible because you guys are always showing a lot of support. I really do appreciate you guys. If you decide to cop it, feel free to share it to your Instagram story. I'm gonna be reposting those all day long. Also, I'm gonna be giving away the pack to the funniest comment on my most recent Instagram post. There's already a bunch of really funny ones. Go over there, read them, drop a funny one, and you could potentially win. I'm gonna be doing that when this video hits 1,500 likes, so be sure to like. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys in this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.